revolution.
In football, soccer, when you think of a global brand, you automatically think of the big guns: Manchester City, United, Real Madrid, Juve, PSG. There's hundreds, pardon me if I left any of you out. But when you think on the youth side of it, youth football, youth soccer, a global brand that is on several different continents, that's huge. You've got over 30,000, maybe more members. The man behind that, Tim Schulz, is joining us here on Sporting Denver today. So Tim, welcome to Sporting Denver, and thanks for joining us, mate. Appreciated.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the introduction.
Oh, you're very welcome. First thing, Tim, congratulations, I think, are in order right now with your anniversary. So from Sporting Denver, everybody out there, mate, congratulations to you and your good lady and your family.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You've got a lot of programs within the organisation. First one I want to touch on is the Reach program, Tim. Could you enlighten our viewers on what that program exactly is and what it's about?
Absolutely. And first and foremost, thanks for having me on the show. So I appreciate that. What a great introduction. Not just me, but the intro of the show looks spectacular. Reach it stands for Rush Equipment Assisting Children. We started it when we started Rush Soccer. Its primary purpose is to collect uniforms that our 2-year cycle offers for our constituents, and we offer $20 back to the family that gives us the uniform, and we try to get it in communities in need. That's it in a nutshell.
Both here on home turf and global, Tim, as well.
Absolutely. People think it's global. They think we just go to Africa and some of the deepest parts of the continent and countries and provide items there. But no, we go to inner cities in the United States as well. Our biggest goal is to get a set of uniforms. We find that the kids can belong to something then, instead of just giving them a pair of shoes and a soccer ball and odd uniforms from United, Man City, or we try and get them a whole set. And again, they belong to a community, a soccer club. And of course, we want Rush in the name. So Zambia Rush, Senegal Rush, or Mexico Rush.
That is fantastic. And anybody interested in getting involved in that can get onto your website. Is that correct? And get involved any way whatsoever.
Absolutely, yeah. There's so many different venues that you can approach, whether it's being a volunteer or providing financial support or to donating a uniform.
Your Rush player loan program, that really interested me, and I'm sure that will interest all our viewers and followers. Can you give us an update on that, the player loan program, Tim?
Yeah, it's a cool setup. We have we have a large network across the United States, around the world, and there's kids that let me give an example. There's a girl that, let's say their team got all picked up for college, and there's no need to travel to another tournament, and she's left out in the dark because she was the last one to get selected. So this loan program, we get the gal's name, we get her on our website, she fills out a form, and then our coaches across the country will get a notification, and they say Susie Q is looking for a guest playing opportunity. And it's a tremendous network, and it's a tremendous program. And now Susie gets to showcase herself in whatever club that she needs in that area for that college.
So, my kid here in Colorado, looking to play a tournament, can connect with, another one of the Rush franchises, whether it be, up in Wisconsin, etc., could jump on board with that, go make friends, go play in a tournament and profile themselves, correct?
Absolutely. And it's wonderful because especially within the Rush system, these kids know each other, and then they develop friendships that last longer than just the tournament. So it's a very fun project that a program that we set up for our club.
just talking in those little showcase tournaments and those profiling, I think the Rush Select program is that a high end product of the Rush part of their programs, mate?
Yeah, the Rush Select is, I would say it's similar to the ODP system. If the followers or the viewers are knowledgeable about ODP, basically these kids get nominated. So we'll have a player pool for, let's say, the 06 girls, and we have a player pool of like 100 kids, and then they'll go to an event, and we'll have a head coach and assistant coach show up at the event, and then they'll pick the kids that are more talented. And now it's for upper level talented kids. Once these kids get picked, they will go to a domestic tournament or even an international tournament or both.
So that is a way forward. Does that work and integrate itself into profiling for the college system, Tim?
Oh, no doubt. We have a college advisory program, which maybe you're going to bring up later on, but our CAP director, college advisory program director, gets involved, creates profiles for the kids, and with his network of colleges, he gets the information out. So, very, very great opportunity for that kid that just needs to get seen and play with better players, because that always highlights the kid a bit more, because now they're playing with good players, and now the select name is labeled on their face or their chest or their logo or their profile, and now the college coach is a little bit more interested. So again, good program.
That's fantastic. Let's stay on it while we're. Yeah, it was a question further on down the line, but let's stay on it, Tim. So, again, my son or my daughter wants to get involved in that select program, and it evolves into that college. So, how does that full CAP system work once I'm in the select program, Tim?
Sure. The CAP college advisory program. We have a full-time director. He's located out of St. Louis, and Josh Tyler. He is a very talented individual, works very hard, and what he does is sets up webinars and Zoom meetings, gets these kids acclimated to what the whole college process is about. Can be daunting for a freshman, and even for a first-year kid, and the parent doesn't know what to do. So this gentleman, he helps the kids along the way to really understand the process and gets them motivated. Awesome program.
The top player currently talked about is on the ladies United States women's national team, and in some quarters, Tim, probably one of the top 5 players, or considered one of the top 5 players on the planet. Can you talk to us a little bit about Lindsay?
Sure,
please.
That's my gal. She I coached her when she was 12, 13, and it's ironic. I mean, it's bizarre. She wasn't the top player at that age. She gets mad at me for saying this, but number 3, number 4, and just her and I had a good connection as she's approaching her teenage years, 15, 16. Now she's starting to evolve, understand the game, really loves the game now. She's passionate about it. I don't know if she's gifted athletically. She's got a powerful strength to her, not a quick, wiry type player. But what really set her apart from most players is her desire to win. She not only wanted to win the game, but she also wanted to be a winner in that long ball. And if she didn't succeed in it, she would see frustration. So she was self-motivated, self-disciplined. And then at 18, I took her over to PSG, Paris Saint-Germain.
When did you first see in Lindsay that turning point? You did initiate the conversation with third or fourth on the squad. When did that penny drop with you to say, I think we've got a player here?
Really, I'm not too quick to say that with 50,000 players I've seen over the last 20 years. This one, I'd have to say 16 and a half. I said, yeah, there's something special here. She really understood the nuances of the game, and had a feel for football when we were winning and losing, and to adjust her tempo. But yeah, 16 and a half, right around there.
I know that there's many more players, both on the boys, the men's side, and the girls. So from Sporting Denver, congratulations for those turnover. Too many to go through, mate. We'd be here all day just looking at the list. From that high end, creating semi-professional, professional players, going on to play on the international scene. I want to come down to your top soccer program, the Thunder program. Can you let us know about that? I think it's wonderful.
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought it up. I love these little guys. So our TOPS program used to be called the Turtle Kickers.
Fantastic.
And, hey, the moms and dads said, let's change it. We got to put a bigger, feistier name behind it. So we call it the Thunder Kickers now, the Thunder
Brilliant.
program. And these kids are special needs, Down syndrome, or have a physical disability, or, a mental setback, and something that we offer for that player. And what's cool about it is we put a brother or sister tabbed on with them. So now that the under 18 boy, this hard, tough, rough guy, is tabbed with a 12-year-old boy that has Down syndrome, and it really makes a good connection, and we see an immediate bond. It's a great program. Another one that I'm just so proud of. It's grown. In fact, I just talked to my tournament director. It's he's located down in Colorado Springs, and what did he tell me? He's up to about 500 plus kids across the country. Amazing.
Wonderful. And is that again? Can people go to that and sign up for that program? Certainly, parents wanting to get involved. Can they go to the website, Tim, and get involved?
Absolutely. And your kid doesn't have to be a super soccer player. Just get them involved in football and getting out and running around and being around other families that have similar issues, and they can network and whatnot. But yeah, we have a website for it, and it's very nice.
I think running from top to bottom, from international right down to what you've just said, Tim, that kid that just loves the game. It seems to fall into the whole mission statement, the whole vision of the Rush organization, which I know is all under tabs, the Rush way. Who came up with that first format, Tim, and what is it?
So you're talking about like the Rush way formula, philosophies, methodologies type thing?
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. I think like any club around the world, it evolves, it changes, and with new staff coming on. I've been with this club since the inception. Each year, or each time we pick up a new employee, they bring something to the table, or even a new club. So we try and adapt it. I don't think there's anything mystical or crazy about it. You talk about Milan or Man City; they have certain ways they do things, and the Rush way philosophy is very similar. There's got to be on and off the field trademarks that our players and coaches and staff should adapt and adhere to. It sets us apart.
I think it does, and the word that springs to mind for me there, Tim, is the whole thing's connected. You could be 5,000 miles away from head office, and you're still connected with the Rush team.
Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, today's technology, you have to. I have to be able to communicate to Hawaii and New York at the same time, and even now Senegal. So now there's a connection through the internet, through all the communications that we have, and yeah, you can bring it to life through virtual.
And here we are, virtual. The main crux of working with the Rush way. Did you integrate a style of play as a coach? Because I know you're a top level coach. Did you integrate a style of play for the whole Rush family?
Richard, I wish I had a magical answer, and
right.
It's a little bit phony, and I hate to give everybody a downer on this, but who doesn't want to go chase the ball down, win it back, pass the ball around, and score as many goals as you can? I mean, everybody says, "Oh, we got a special way of playing." I know there's I know there's varieties of ways of playing, but you adjust during the game. You adjust during you're up a goal, down a goal. If you played back-to-back games, you adjust if you're playing a tough opponent and a weak opponent. So does Real Madrid say, okay, we're going to drop back and counter every game? No, they got to go chase a game sometimes when they're losing 1-0, or Barcelona, this ball possession. I think you should have a basic way of playing, but let's be fair. Football is football around the world. Who doesn't want the previous things I named? Ball possession, beautiful soccer, and score a lot of goals. So is Rush Way have some of that, Richard? Yeah, we have the 3-5-2 we like to keep. We like to keep ball possession. We want to go win it back. We want to chase it down and get it so we can play with it. And there's 100 nuances along the way that we try and integrate. But you as a coach and all the viewers would say, yeah, hello, that's what we want to do too.
When it's Colorado initially, Colorado Rush, and now obviously it's global. When did it first start? Colorado Rush. How did it come together? A couple hundred people to 40,000. So start on the first bit, mate. Just Colorado Rush. Here we go.
Yeah, let me not bore our viewers. Let me go quick. I started coaching in the club in 1993. In 1997, we merged with another neighboring club. Big controversy because we were bitter rivals, blah, blah, blah. And it was one of the first big mergers that really United States kind of could brag about or boast about. So Soccer America got a hold of it, and we called it Rush. It was a club up north, and we were down in South Denver. Immediately overnight, we became pretty powerful in our world, in our youth world. We won state cups, we won national championships, and now people could notice. And I had some clever business people come to me and say, why don't you share your model with other clubs around the country? And sure enough, we did one in Virginia. That was our first partner club in Virginia. They're called Virginia Rush. Yeah. That was a big partner. We had 3,500 kids join us. And Richard, back then, and even now, the Federation focuses on national teams. They focus on education. But there really isn't a big push on how do I get a club to develop or how do I get a club to get better, which is, 90% of what a club is. It's not just 10% of coaching a player. It's HR and lawsuits and board of directors, politics, PR, marketing. And so we jumped on that side of things, and we were kind of the first and off and running.
You as a player, grassroots, Tim. When did you first start playing? And obviously it's in your blood, of course it is. So when did you first start playing? And what was your opinion of yourself looking back now as a player, mate? There's a question for you.
Oh my God, what a scary picture. Okay, I love football. Let's start with that foundation.
Yeah.
I absolutely fell in love with this game. I started at 12 years old, and there was a Hungarian guy down the street in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that got me hooked up, and I played on an inner city program. I was one of the few white guys playing. There was two other Puerto Ricans, and the rest were Black Americans. And, it was just an incredible, great experience. We were called the Salvation Army Grenadiers.
Brilliant.
And, dude, our uniform was burned. There were burn marks in them, and some guy donated them because they were left in his garage and a fire started. So we all wearing burnt uniforms.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, talented team. In fact, Michael Banks was one of the players, one of my buddies. He was my best friend. And his two older brothers were inner city, African American. And this boy went and played on the national team. If you go look up on the archives, Jimmy Banks played the national team, and him and I were 12 years old playing on the same team.
So you start. That's fantastic. Kit from the garage at Bird Down, mate. Brilliant. That's proper jumpers for goalposts. That is brilliant, mate.
Hey, you know what? Isn't that the way it is around the world? Forget about the fancy uniform, the $300 jersey. Just get out there and play.
Great point. I keep saying that. Let's keep doing it anyway. So you've got into your high school, and did you have aspirations to like go pro? You know, obviously going into college, education first, Tim, to further that soccer adventure.
Well, no doubt. I think right around 14, 15, I was very serious about it. I wanted to play pro, and I dedicated a lot of time to it. I really studied how to become a pro and how many hours you need to put in. Make sure I was around a good coach down in Colorado College. I don't know if you remember Horst Richardson. And so I just knew Lou Sagastumi from the Air Force Academy. So I
Wow,
would
yeah.
out with these guys and just try and be one of those soccer rats. And if they needed an odd person or somebody to shake balls, I was there. And I knew those things. I knew that if I hung around top coaches, I could elevate my game.
You know, when you're around those sort of coaches, when your country sort of is new to it. Okay, it might be 25 years into it in its expansion. Did you find, Tim, that just not only working with those coaches, playing for them, just sat listening to them, was that inspirational as well?
See, there you're onto something. I think these people just exuberate, love and passion for the game, and it's contagious. And then when they talk about, again, the little nuances of the game, you pick up stuff. And if you're sharp, I'm not saying I was sharp, but if you're in tune and really listen to what they have to say and apply it, you're on your way. These guys, they have a gift. They have a gift for teaching and having a gift to bring in the game to life.
And that's all the pieces of the jigsaw. You can have all the talent and ability in the world, which is helpful, but you're listening to people, not just on the coaching field, Tim, but off the field. They're just as important. Would you agree with that?
There's no question. The player and the coach have to meet halfway. I can't create this great training session and, I got the best knowledge in the world and I know how to win games and blah, blah, blah. And then the kid's not going to meet me there. He's going to show up and say this is a side product of what his life is, and it's not that important to him. And vice versa. You need a player that has that love and passion, but if the coach doesn't have that similar passion, that mirrored passion, or even knowledge, the player goes somewhere else, or worse yet, they go to a different sport. I think these people have to meet somewhere, someplace in time, right, where they meet halfway, and then sparks happen. Good things happen.
You've got that halfway house where you can open up between player and coach. Invaluable.
I think so. If we had a different formula, we'd all be billionaires. We know which player is going to make it. We kind of feel it. We see it. And then me as a director, I got to look for coaches that just love that. They love football and they can bring the best out of their student.
Okay, so I'm going to live on that little statement there. When you're looking for coaches, obviously qualifications help, of course. Are you looking for something else in that coaches, maybe that personality and a little bit of experience in there, Tim?
Yeah, I'm not a big man on resume and where you've been, what you've done, the A license. I'm not saying the A license isn't good. Don't get me wrong. Right. We need to look at that player that, or that coach, that has a gift for teaching. And if they have half the knowledge of that brilliant coach but can't deliver properly, I'll take the second one. I'll take the first one, the one that has the gift, that loves kids, knows how to teach it and bring it out in that simplified version. Those are special people.
They're like Pied Pipers. That's almost a gift.
Yeah. And I saw that funny video with Cristiano Ronaldo where he dressed up as a bum, and he was in the middle of Madrid, and he's juggling, and nobody gave him the time of day, because he looks like a bum, right? But now he's juggling, and oh wow, he's doing something special. And then he's even trying to talk to kids. People are passing him by. And the real story is, people, do you recognize true talent? Do you really see a kid or a coach that has some gift inside them, but he doesn't have the A license, he doesn't have the gear on, the Adidas red uniform, and hey, I grew up in Man City, and I was in their youth department. Well, I don't really care. I want the guy downtown Gambia, in Banjul, that goes, this guy's got something special about him, and a top instructor can see those things. It's not that in Ronaldo either fake or real. dressed up or not dressed up.
At what stage in your football career did you decide I'm going to go into coaching?
I was 31. I quit playing. I thought, I'm going to get into this other profession, similar to what I knew. But I never wanted to be a coach along the way. I didn't have that desire. I wanted to get into construction and build houses. But I coached a couple teams, and like all of us, we start slow in our corporation. Now 2 teams, now an age group, and then a boys division, and pretty soon you're doing multiple clubs. So I grew slowly into the position. I'm not so sure I love coaching anymore. I kind of do, but not as much as club development. I loved it way back then, and I love developing, and I love to win, and I love to compete. So yeah, it was probably when I was 31 or so.
In terms of coaching, any coaches come to mind just inspirational to you for that gift they had, as well as the knowledge, and that guy that's come from nowhere, no pro player, anybody like that in your involvement in football, Tim?
Well, no question, some of my pro coaches, they were special people. I think they make it I think they make it pro because they're special at delivering player management. They weren't I look back, and they weren't so necessarily good at exercises and drills, but player management, bringing the team together and doing their job. If the player didn't perform, they would just trade them and get a new one. That was the pro world. But I was smart enough to know, and even today to know, that this coach was good at these 4 or 5 things. And Jimmy Gabriel comes to mind. He took me in when I was 18. He not only created a good team, but he would take me under his wing and pull me aside and give me extra pointers, which typically a pro coach doesn't do. So Jimmy Gabriel was kind of exceptional. And I think it was during that point in my life, I'm 18, 19, 20, and I'm just getting in the pro realm. He had that gift of talking to individuals as well.
What's it look like in terms of the excitement? You said working behind the scenes, not so much the coaching now. I'm sure you still like to get your boots on, mate, and get out there and
absolutely.
Show them how it's done, Tim, right? Of course, politely, of course. What's it look like with any or the feel behind the scenes of that expansion, certainly in the United States? What's it look like behind the scenes? What's your day look like doing that, Tim?
Well, my day is filled with fun things. I get up early and stay up late, and I think anybody that loves their job, it's a gift, because you really don't count it as work. I work hard, and more importantly, I have some good people that are around me, and I would truly say that they're around me. I'm not above or below. I think that's one of the Rushway philosophies is everybody brings something special to the table. And we have a talented group of people. I just got off a conference called 2 hours with these guys. One's from Germany, one's from Brazil, one's from America. And he's a Rush alumni, and the other one's from Argentina. So it's an amazing group of people, and we sit and bounce ideas off each other. Yeah, I'm the president and CEO, but I'm on the bottom of the org chart. I've said that from day one. I will line fields still. I'll clean toilets if I need to, and that's just what a president should do. And keep the big vision in mind, that always to be why we do something. What's my big vision? What's our purpose? And then daily grind it out.
If you need anybody to, cut the fields or anything like that, you got my number, mate. Anyway, I've got a fantastic lawnmower, 56-inch. I could turn it on a dime, mate. No problem. So give us a call. I'll bring the nets as well, Tim.
That's right. Hey, we've all done that. We're still doing it. No problem with me.
Yeah. Hey, are you around Colorado this weekend? I know we've got games going on. Are you around anywhere, Clement or Addenbrooke, Tim?
We've got a tournament up at Dick's Sporting Complex. I'm going to head up there with my little guys, my 09s.
I'll give you a call. I might catch up with you.
Let's go have some fun.
We can do that. Don't ask me to coach him, because I can make really good players average. So don't involve me on the coaching side, Tim.
There's my little squirts right there. I did an Instagram post, and I said we got three objectives for this year. No crying, wipe your own nose, and don't go to your mom at halftime.
I saw that. Are they a good crew? Do do they sort of recharge the batteries when you come down to that age group? Does it like recharge you, Tim? You know,
Dude, I love it. I honestly think I can coach the senior. I coach the women's U20 national team, but I can also drop down to the 09s and have some fun with these little guys. I think a DOC has to. They have to adjust how to manage the different ages.
I think on the age group thing as well, Tim, some of the younger players, when you're looking at U8 through 9, 10, 11, even 12, boys and girls, on occasions, they can actually cut you to the quick and teach you something.
No question. There's humility factor. You're big on this. Okay, let's do an offside trap, and the kid's saying, "Hey, my orange is rotten."
Then you got to work with that. That is brilliant. Hey Tim, I'm going to hit you with quick fire 5 questions, mate.
Okay.
Here we go. Who was your team that you supported growing up as a boy, mate?
Bayern Munich.
Was that Gerd Muller, Beckenbauer, or prior to that, Uli Hoeneß, or anything along those lines?
You're hitting them.
Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Franz Beckenbauer. Yep. Uli Hoeneß, Gerd Müller, Schwarzenbeck. Yep. You got them all.
And also West Germany, they were brilliant in those days.
Hey,
your player then? I know we've just named a few. Your player growing up?
I'd have to say 2 of them. Franz Beckenbauer, I got to go to him. And then, crazy enough, I flip-flopped to a more creative George Best, who I signed the same day as him in San Jose, and he was my roommate. So he became, even though I consider myself a young adult, he was one of my idols.
There's a few stories we could. I'll leave that one.
Oh my God.
George Best, he's my boy, mate. Yeah, fantastic.
Nobody believes this, but my first year he was my roommate, and I don't talk about it much because
no.
Back then I didn't realize how big he was because you didn't have internet, you didn't have all that stuff. But we would go on tours. When we went to England, he was a god.
It was the 5th Beatle.
That's right, the 5th Beatle.
There we go. Don't ask me to sing. I won't ask you, Tim. So there we go. What's your best coaching moment?
I'd have to say my women's U20 national team. That was a great time. Good kids. I love those gals. We traveled around the world for a year. It'd have to be a 1-year moment.
Friends for life.
Yeah.
Of all the countries that you've traveled to, think about the question. All the cuisines that you've maybe sampled, okay, you know where I'm going. Listen to this little bit. Which is the food that you've probably not wanted to try but surprised you and said, that's okay, actually. I wouldn't have chosen that one.
Wow, interesting. I'd have to go to India. Okay. I looked at their food and said, there's no way I'm touching this. That doesn't look edible. And then sure enough, my good friend, my good technical director out there, he got me involved, and I love the spicy taste to it, and it's good. It's a good meal.
Fantastic. I can go along with that. I do like my Indian food and my curries. Tim, I'm going to say thank you, as I normally do. That's a hat trick. And thank yous once again from Sporting Denver. Congratulations, regards and best wishes to your good lady and your family and your loved ones, Tim. Thanks for your time. Would you care to, before we buzz off, leave a message to everybody out there? And thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sporting Denver, for the time that I had. And I don't have anything prepared, but I would say let's be good. Let's be good to each other. Let's be good people, and try hard. And I think that's a good formula for success.